Hello, my name is Professor Janusz Bialek from Durham University. From 1st July next year, I'll be joining Skoltech to lead the Energy Systems Center. First of all, I'd like to send regards to all the participants of the Smart Grids and Metering Forum in Moscow. Unfortunately, I will not be able to join the forum, hence my recorded message. What I'm going to talk about is about changing the paradigm of power system operation and control, which is happening right now. So in order to understand that, we need to look back how the power system looked like in the 20th century. It could be characterized as a combination of 19th century science and 20th century technology. All the scientific breakthroughs of the 19th century by Michael Faraday, Nikola Tesla, George Westinghouse, and Thomas Edison were put into practice at the beginning of the 20th century to create the power system as we know it, consisting of large power stations, transmission lines, transformers, and distribution lines which connect power system to the individual customer. So the power system in the 20th century was first of all very reliable. It relied on the centralized control by a power system operator of a limited number of large controllable power stations. Demand was predictable and passive, and the operation and control was based on deterministic principles, because you could easily predict what the customers would do. So generally, from the control point of view, it was relatively easy. Power system was relatively easy to control. What is happening? Well, in the beginning of the 21st century, we have increased impact of climate change and emphasis on renewable generation in order to limit the CO2 emissions. So what we are seeing, replacement of relatively few large power stations, traditional power stations, by a very large number of smaller, uncontrollable and stochastic power sources. At the demand level, we see replacement of deterministic demand by stochastic behavior, and this stochastic behavior is being made possible by smart meters. Customer can respond to changes in the power system. There's increased demand participation. Also, customers have PV panels, like for example in Germany at the moment. In future, we can see also electric vehicles connected to the network, and they will certainly change the customer behavior. So what we are seeing is the changing of the paradigm from the 20th century, that of a centralized control by system operator of a limited number of controllable power stations to meet a deterministic demand. In the 21st century, what we are saying, distributed control of a very large number of uncontrollable and stochastic power sources to meet a stochastic demand. How to accommodate those changes? And this is where the smart metering and generally smart grids technologies come to account. Because around this traditional power system, which was developed in the 20th century and which will be here to stay, we see new information and control technology, ICT tools. So what are smart grids? It's important to understand that power systems have been long smart, but only at the very top level. It means at the bulk generation and control. While the distribution was passive, install and forget, there was very little metering. So smart grids mean distributed intelligence, closer to the customer, and better utilization of assets. To answer all those challenges, we need a combined effort, not only of engineers who understand the physical power system, but also of economists who understand markets and regulation, mathematicians and computer scientists who understand who know how to design distributed and stochastic control systems, social scientists who understand the customer, the changing behavior of the customer, and of course politicians, because we need to approve of the electorate of the changes. So how all the smart meters and smart metering comes into that? Well, smart meters are essential tool to enable customer demand, to enable this smart grids approach. However, I'd like to urge you to consider not only technical engineering aspects of smart metering, but also to engage into social science research in order to understand how the customers will react to the changes, how they react to all the possibilities enabled by smart meters. Without properly understanding the customer, it may well be that all the effort put into smart metering will come to not much effect. Thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you very good conference. Thank you very much.